What's going on, everyone? American and Leeds, the American Leeds YouTube channel. My name's Alex Simon. We're going to do a little bit of a live tonight. I am not 100%. I've been, just been doing some stuff, if you can say that. Cheers to everybody out there. Hope you're doing fantastic. My voice isn't completely 100%. I'll just kind of start there. I haven't done a live in a while. The reason I started this channel is to just simply have a conversation about the Whites. I love Leeds United. It is. I don't get a chance to talk about the Whites. I'm based here in America. American and Leeds was just kind of I don't know. It's a title. It doesn't mean much. Became a Leeds fan under the Gary Monk era, and that's really how I became involved with Leeds. But I can't let the channel just die. I have to continue to do some stuff with it. I want to continue to cultivate it. I do it for the comments. I do it for you guys. I have no interest in monetizing the channel. Let's start with the loss to, can you do it in a cold, rainy night in Stoke? Leeds can't. They did not do it. The answer is no. The answer is no for Leeds United. I want to start with the lineup. In kind of chronological order. I don't want to beat this game to death, but I'm the last man in the door, and I might have a few wrinkles on the takes. To me, this was, when I looked at the lineup, this was it looked to me like a cup match. Take a break here. And why I say that is, I think Farke wanted some basics in there. He wanted Ampadu. He wanted the center back pairing of Strauch and Rodon. So he basically kept the back line intact. But my problem with it is the guys that are gassed. I got notes here. I'm back, and I'm shocked he's still here. There's 2 feet, folks. That's all right. We'll do it. You know what? We will do it. We'll do it live. Always check your battery life. Thought I was plugged in, but apparently not. Okay. My problem with it is the people that are really gassed, the people that need rest to me, are the guys that went on international break that played for their country almost every minute, and that is Archie Gray, Joe Rodon, and Ampadu. Those are the guys that to me needed rest, and he didn't rest any of them. So Archie just looks gassed. I mean, he's looked gassed the past 2 games. You're getting away with the fullbacks to me at this point. Shout out to Ollie Ward. This was an incredible meme. I responded on it. Summerville out of this lineup is poor, to say the least. So there just weren't any partnerships too. So you put in, you kind of keep. I get where he kind of wanted to keep the back line intact, and the build up intact with Ampadu, but there's no part. Once you take the wingers away, who probably to me didn't need rest, there was no partnerships and build up. And Griev, it just felt like a cup game. It felt like one of those cup games where you'd be at the Carabao Cup, and it's like, there's just 1 or 2 guys missing, but the whole system falls apart. So when it came out, I said, feels like a cup lineup. Feels like he's trying to get away with one to me, even though you're kind of thinking in principle you'll be fine, but in the build-up, again, Nanto partnering with Gray, and Gray's gassed, and Nanto's rusty. Went over a lot easy, that fell over a little bit too easy for me. And then Anthony, partnering, that probably should have done better, partnering with, Byram in that build-up phase. And then I just felt like we lost the battle in midfield in the first half. It should have been 3-0 to the Potters. I'm going to get to your comments at the end, everybody. Griev over Kamara was a little bit of a head scratcher too to me. Yeah, if you want to give him some time, fine. But he's been coming on for like 5 minutes, 2 minutes. He hasn't been coming on really a lot for 30 minutes. So I thought that was a little bit strange. And Kamara seemed well rested. I mean, again, you would think Farke knows his team better than we do, but these are head scratchers. Okay, second half. Let's just get to the Bamford miss. I think because I think we played better in the second half, but basically, I think Bamford subconsciously does not want to be at Leeds United. I think he probably took some dogs abuse last year, whether he reads social media or whatever, but in the stands, I think he wanted to take that ball and score, but I think deep down inside him, I don't think he wants to be here. And I think it's best. I think it's best for him. I think it's best for the club that he moves on. I don't think it's possible to do right now. I don't think you can really do it until January, but we said it all last year. You either die a hero, Alioski, Pablo Hernandez, Calvin Phillips, or you live long enough to become the villain, Ailing, Cooper, Bamford. It's where those guys are at. I think a fresh start is needed on both sides, both for Patrick Bamford and for Leeds United. Now, if I'm Farke, what do I do? I'm almost tempted to give him a start at some point, just because he's so far gone at this point. You might as well just double down and give Patrick Bamford a start. Maybe not in this game, but in some game. Because eventually, maybe you do want to move him on in January. In the States, we have these really club-friendly contracts. We would just cut him. We would just cut this guy, and we wouldn't have to be dealing with him. It's a little different, obviously, in England. So I don't know what the right answer is. I just think it just feels like it's time to move on. Best for him and for the club. Let's see what Farke had to say after the game. This is Daniel Farke after the loss.
Use at the end of that. Would that be right, Daniel?
Yes, definitely, because I expected a difficult away game today, especially once you play all 3 days, you can't be always there with your top shape. I got the feeling first half was difficult for us. We were not good in possession, lost too many balls, but this is also what you would expect here. But it's so difficult. They go after you. They press with intensity. It's not easy to keep the ball, and obviously I would have preferred to do it a bit better, but in this moment then you have to dig in and to defend really well, and from minute to minute try to bring the game more and more on your side. This is what we did also in the second half. We created more and more chances, and I think if you have a look probably on the expected goals, would have deserved to win this game, but it's always the same. Then I've criticized this also in the recent weeks. In the moment when you can put the game to bed, you have to do it. And obviously we missed again in the second half too many chances, even a penalty situation. And yes, they used more or less than the euphemism of a missed penalty. The whole stadium is buzzing.
See, Farke to me, in most of the games, I would agree with him. We didn't put away our chances. We kept them around. In this game, I felt, specifically in the first half, they deserve to be 1 up, 2 up, maybe even 3 up. I mean, the ball was across our box in the first 40 seconds. It was, the system didn't work. I don't know if he ever would admit that, but it wasn't just the fact that we couldn't put away chances. I just felt like the system wasn't working, and I'll get into why that is later.
We are in this moment a bit disappointed to create 2 set pieces, and out of one of them they were able to score. So they didn't create one chance in the second half out of the game, but after the disappointment of missing a penalty.
Set pieces, it's not open play, but it is a key component of the game. I have to defend them.
They used that in this moment. We were 1 or 2 minutes not switch on, scored the decisive goal, and obviously then it's also difficult in the last 10 minutes when they put all the bodies on the line and block many shots, although we tried everything to turn this game. So the game plan was also a bit like to grow into the game and to decide the game also in the second half. But what I've criticized also in the recent weeks, we have to be more effective in using our chances. Otherwise, it's difficult to win at tough places like here at Stoke.
Big moments in games, and the penalty became the big moment, as you've described already there. You're going to have to do a little... I mean, Patrick's going to be really down, I'm guessing, at the moment, isn't he? Because that moment kind of changed the way that the game went from there on.
Yes, of course he's disappointed, because he knows what an experienced he's an experienced guy. What a decisive moment it was. He created the penalty with a perfect movement, perfect pass of Georgie, and obviously he would have liked to put the ball to bed and to be the hero in this game. Because he missed it, then obviously. Yes, he's very disappointed, but I can't take this away. You need to feel the pain when you don't use a chance, when you lose a game because of this situation. But it's not the moment to point with one finger. Anyhow, so I was pleased how Patrick also inspired our game when he came in, how he created the penalty situation. And let's be honest, so more or less we all who have taken penalties in this game have already missed penalties. Obviously, in this moment you are unbelievably down and disappointed. Yes, you have to take all the critical comments, and it's no problem. But then from tomorrow on, it has to be gone away, and then we go again, and that's football.
Because you don't have long to wait for that next game, do you? Earliest game to play on Saturday lunchtime.
Yes, this league is relentless, and for that I was not too annoyed that we didn't have our best game in possession today, because it's a championship. When you play all 3 days, you can't always be there with the top performance, and it's important to dig in and to grind out the result. And we were on the best way to do this. But again, we have to be more effective in using chances. Penalty, of course, a big chance in order to win the game. And this is definitely one of our topics that we have to improve to convert our big chances into.
It wasn't just converting chances. To me, the system failed them. And I don't know if it's an issue of, these players need to be embedded in the system a little bit longer. I'll get everybody to their comments at the end. Matt Leeds, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, by the way, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. But his system as of right now, I talked about this in another video. It's too reliant on individual brilliance. Like, he needs. It's not one touch. I very rarely see a pattern of play where it's one touch, one touch, one touch. It's like a triangle. Patterns of play expressing themselves. It's reliant on individuals beating individuals, and it's not like Bielsa ball. And I don't want to pine for Bielsa, but it's not, when you look at Ipswich, it's not the way Ipswich is playing either. Ipswich is playing with patterns of play. It's one touch. Even across the back line, it's touch, pass. It's one touch, two touch, pass. One touch, two touch, pass. I mean, Gier on One Leads talks about how the buildup is slow. It is. I mean, the buildup can be very slow, and we're kind of waiting for that one-on-one movement or somebody to get free. And I felt in this game in the first half, and I also felt in the Southampton game, we got beaten midfield. If that's where the game is won and lost, we've been beat there a few times. And Ampadu's doing his thing. He's pretty, resilient no matter what's going on. But whoever he's partnering with, and then, another content creator talked about, and I agree with this, Perot dropping deep to be in that midfield. It just doesn't work because he's slow and he's not doing a lot to press. And so the idea of him being the striker and Jorginho Ruter dropping deep, which we've seen, I mean, makes sense. It's a legitimate question to continue to ask in the comments. So I just feel like Farke's system is not embedded in the players just yet, and Farke himself, I don't think, has figured out all these players and how to use them at their best. With that being said, the talent on this team is far better than anything that Bielsa had. I think the talent is good enough for promotion. And I'll get into, I guess, whether we will get promoted a little bit later, but wanted to kind of get through the rest of these things. Pascal, people were talking about Pascal, blaming Pascal. I don't think it was his fault taking the ball off of Bamford. The guy wanted to kick it. This isn't school. This isn't a school game. You can't have two players arguing who's going to take it. If he picks the ball up, he picks the ball up. Was it side before self? Was it self before side? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Patrick Bamford wants to be here. I think he wanted to get a goal. I think it was selfish. There's times where I want my players to be selfish. Cree is selfish in a good way. All right. Crescencio Summerville. I want to talk about the Norwich game because it was quite amazing what he did in the second half. Not since Pablo Hernandez. Not since Ben White, Calvin Phillips. Rafinha, Crescencio Summerville. Put the team on his back. I've seen Pablo do it. And I've been a fan since 2015, so there's players before that. But just since I've been watching, Pablo, Ben White used to do it a little bit with the back line. I've seen Calvin Phillips dictate a game. I've seen Rafinha be the only one to express himself. Now, you could say that maybe Crescencio Summerville in the Bournemouth game and the Liverpool game last year, that those 2 goals were very important and he put the team on his back. But the deep line run from Nanto in the Bournemouth game and the cross from Nanto in the Liverpool game, to me, were almost as important as Cree's finish. The 2 goals that Crescencio Summerville scored in the Norwich game, I'm wearing a Bulls hat right now. I love Michael Jordan. He's on video. He said, I would not let my team lose. He looks in the camera and says that. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm not going to allow it to happen. Pablo Hernandez had moments like that. It's different in proper football. There's more players, all that. I feel like Calvin Phillips has had moments like that. Rafinha definitely had moments like that. Ben White put in shifts like that. Crescencio Summerville, in that game, in that Norwich game, he's asked for the 10 shirt. When he asked for the 10 shirt, I was very skeptical. He was not who he is now. What I saw there. That was a player saying, I'm not going to let my team lose. We're not going to lose this game. That goal from the top of the I say top of the key because I watched basketball most of my life, but the top of the penalty box. That was an individual effort. The other goal was an incredible run, and you're thinking he's going to pass it. And I'm thinking he's too tired to whip a good shot in there. Bang, 3-2. I've never seen anything like it in terms of except those 4 or 5 players I mentioned. And he is special. He's getting to be special. And he needs to play every single game. He needs to start every single game. And he needs to, unless he's not tracking back, he needs to play almost every single minute. That's what I'm seeing that's what I saw from Crescencio Summerville that game. I really am bullish on him as a player. He's getting everything. He's making it all work. And he was popping up. Once those 2 subs came on in the Norwich game, Bamford, I think, came on in Nanto, and we went super attacking. He was popping up everywhere. He was like this free player popping up everywhere, both sides of the play, doing things with Dan James. He was in and out. Nanto. He could have a few more goals. But what I'm saying is maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, but I really think Crescencio Summerville is special. Right after that game, of course, Fabrizio Romano comes out with a tweet, says, here's 4 or 5 places that he could have gone. 49ers were firm over the summer. I fully expect them to be firm over January. Unless somebody floors us away with an offer for Crescencio Summerville, he ain't going anywhere. He's under our contract. He's needed for promotion. You can have an offer to go to Everton or, I don't know, Aston Villa. I don't know. Great offer. But if it's not where we want it to be, see you later. I mean, you can go pound salt. Agent. He's our player. I fully expect Parag Marate and the 49ers to be firm again in January. So it's cool that Fabrizio got a wire transfer and a check from his agent to tweet that out. But, I guess we also heard that Junior Firpo had offers from, I don't even know, Bayern Munich and all this stuff. He tweeted something out like that, which was a total fraud tweet. Digging into the Huddersfield game, I just want a response. Just like you, they can't lose. They really should win. But at bare minimum, I want a response. I want performances. I want shifts. That's it. That's all I want. I'm at the point where that was a really bad loss. You need to come out and respond. Could be 4-0, could be 1-0, but I want a battering of some sort. It could be a 0-0 battering. You're just not finishing your dinner. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. I really want some guys to be responding from that loss. And let's look at the table. That's where we'll kind of finish. So I think that second place, first place is gone. Let's face it. Second place, the only reason second place isn't gone is because they're a newly promoted side. But other than that, if they didn't have that little, asterisk next to their name, the fact that Ipswich was newly promoted, I would say this is gone. I think we're closer to 10th than we are second, based on the points. So we're on 22 points. It's the goal differences must be what's keeping us in third. Ipswich does have a game in hand. They're at 31 points. They're 9 points ahead of us. That's a lot. We're over a quarter of the way into the season. Let's see. 10th is at 19. So, we could very easily, that's the way it is in the championship. Like the top 6 is such a scrum. It's like, you're sitting there biting your nails and you could be in third place and then you're one game away from being in 8th. So, I'm sure, and all these teams, Birmingham, I mean, they're going, we're only 4 points out from the playoffs. Even Norwich is like, hey, we can get right back in it. They're 14th, So I think we could firm up a playoff spot. I think we could even say second might be in play just because if Ipswich gets an injury, but their system is so good. Every player is drilled in the system. It's like kind of watching Bielsa ball to me. The way they express themselves, the way they get the ball down the pitch. It's gorgeous football to watch when they're scoring and they don't concede. So who do they have next? I mean, ideally you'd like to catch some points, get some points on them. Plymouth? Oh, come on. You have to laugh. They are in the cup. So they're going to go to Fulham. They're hosting Fulham. That'll be a waste of a game. Birmingham. Be interesting to see what Wayne Rooney does with Birmingham by then. Maybe they can give him a game. Swansea, West Brom. Little bit, I guess, of some tests for them. Could Wayne Rooney get Birmingham clicking by then? Maybe. Swansea, I don't really expect too much from, and West Brom. So a little bit of a test. Millwall's never easy. Coventry's been performing pretty well the past few seasons. So I don't know. This could be a little rougher patch. Middlesbrough could give them a game. Watford. Tasty, tasty. Leeds United. Ipswich, a festive fixture, December 25th. Be nice to grab all 6 from them. Be real nice. Be real nice to get this game and be like within 3 points or be within 6 points. I think we'll probably, and you know what? We'll probably know if we're in by then. January window is going to open up. We're going to know where we stand, whether it's playoffs or if we have a puncher's chance at automatic promotion. Long season to go. Okay, let's get to comments. I'll just race through these. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Sorry for bearing with me through my battery ran dead, and I don't know. I got to do a better job. I'm going to do an abridged version of this, hopefully on Spotify. Matt at Leeds says, "Hey." John says, "Hey, 3 a.m. viewer," and I've got somebody, John. Oh well, we should all get some good sleep. It's 10:45 on the East Coast of the United States. Matt says, "Feel bad for Pat because when he plays, he does well, and hope he can score versus Huddersfield." I don't know. I'm it's time. Honestly, again, our sports are different. We just cut the player. You just cut them. You pick up, and somebody picks him up off the waiver wire. You can't do that, so I don't know. Maybe you showcase him at some point. Pat has unfortunately been the author of his own downfall at times. Yeah, John. He absolutely is the author of his downfall. I don't know what to say, man. I've been giving him chance after chance. I've actually believed in a lot of the things that he does. Was there for the COVID season. Saw his 17 goals that he did. Got to put it away, man. Got to put it away and just done with it. I'm just over it. The injuries. Pat has got 50% goal attempts from the spot. Yeah. There's a CB with it better than that. Yeah. It's time. It's time. All 3 of those guys. You can say all 3 of them. Alien, Cooper, Bamford. It's time. And they're all broken toys. I hate to say it. Everybody that left after Bielsa, Dallas, I haven't seen him. He's got an injury. Wasn't really his fault, but broken. Calvin Phillips. He's played 2 minutes for Man City. I mean, he'll bounce back, but Pablo, 2nd division of Spain. Alioski, Turkey, and then Saudi. Or Saudi and then Turkey. I mean, Jack Harrison. Maybe. I mean, he was a young pup, too, under that Bielsa. I mean, it just breaks people. Alien's broken. Cooper's broken. Bamford's broken. Click. DC United. Oh, I tell you what, though. I'd take Click. I would have flown Click personally on a private jet if I had the means in to take that penalty. He puts those. I remember he used to send keepers away, keepers the wrong way every single game. Missy Click. This season's a write-off. If it continues like this, Ipswich and Leicester are quote literally anomalies. They go any other year we go up in autos. Ipswich are doing incredible. Their systems and their system's incredible. It's really incredible to watch. Leicester are just dog walking this league. Enzo, is that the coach's name? He talks like Pep. I mean, he's Italian. His mannerisms are like Pep. That annoys me. Oh, and he's bald and he's got that like half the 5 o'clock shadow beard. He annoys me. Like I said before, the start of the season wouldn't be the season unless you built like a yo-yo, like Burnley takes this season to rebuild. John, I agree, but I think this team is good enough for promotion. I think they have enough. I think they have enough. I think the 49ers have backed Daniel Farke enough this season to warrant at least a playoff spot. Agreed. LUFC needs a response is very important and comfortable win, not last minute suicide squad victory. Yeah. Better put in a response. It's a long past time for Patty. I agree with that, obviously. The game showed up what we're missing. Every time the ball went to the right-hand side, however, was out-muscled. I don't know who he is. Archie? He was out-muscled. And 50-50 physicality was an issue. I think you're talking about Archie. Archie's just gassed for me. All those guys. I mean, Nanto was out. I don't think Nanto was out muscles. He just thinks it's the Premier League or the Italian League or an international friendly. You can fall over and get a call. It's not. They're gonna kick you off the pitch. ABC is a triple threat to LUFC promotion to the Prem. ABC. I don't know what you mean. Bamford, Crescencio, and Anthony. All right, you got me there. I'm going to read some other things that I saw on Twitter. I just want to go through those. Stoke 1-0 Leeds United. A missed penalty followed by a conceded own goal winner. Very Leedsy. So many questions. Why did Patrick Bamford take the penalty? Why have Leeds conceded 3 goals from corners this October? Why must Leeds consistently fail to win in a home kit? That is the curse of the non-home kit. Is ridiculous. Why do you want to say away kit or alternate kit? Patrick Bamford took the penalty because he picked the ball up. He wanted it. It was selfish. I just decide before self. I get it. He should have given it to Cree. Occasionally, like Cree's selfish. Cree was selfish in the Norwich game. He was taking shots. We were saying he should have passed it. I mean, there's times where you want a player to kind of be selfish, not to pad their stats, but because they back themselves. This was not the time to do that, though, for Patrick Bamford. My God. Why have Leeds conceded 3 goals from corners? This is Leeds United. They have never been, for me, since I've been watching the club, a really good set piece team. And I don't know that we had the London curse, and then now the curse of the away kit is the new thing. We will break it this season. I don't know which one it'll be, the City of Leeds one or this Peacock one, but it's going to be broken. There's too many bad teams in the championship. Phil Hay says, on the penalty, I want Perot to take it. I'm sorry, this is Farke quoting Phil Hay quoting Farke. I wanted Perot to take it. Perot is our main striker, but it's difficult because of the substitutions. Patrick created the perfect movement. He's experienced. He took the responsibility. That's football. That is football, my friend. That is football. 893 days since our last away kit win and 1,338 days since our fans last saw a win in an away kit. Wow. That's where we're at. Was that the gray kit with the pink numbers? Must have been. Classic kit. And the lilac kit was great too. That lilac kit was great. I can't get it. I couldn't find either one of them. At first I'm like, those are chick kits, but you know, they're good kits. They're good kits. I'll take those kits. I haven't bought any of the kits this year. I'm waiting for them to win in one of the away kits, the away or the alternate kit. I have the blue, like Chelsea kit, whatever. It's like got Leeds on it, but it's the Chelsea blue. I don't bring it out because it reminds me of losses. I got the navy with the green stripes, the Patrick Bamford hat trick game. I got that thing all day. Love that kit. Gold striping. That thing's money to me. Never got the burgundy or whatever it was. So that's it. That's my time. Thank you for tuning in. I'll do another one. I'm going to do maybe short ones, and I'm sure news will break tomorrow. So this will be like yesterday's garbage, but you know, because he'll do the press will be at like, I don't know, noon or something. Yeah, I mean, I had some other thoughts. I don't think we see Spence. I don't think we see freaking Furbo. I do think that he needs to rest. He needs to rest Archie. He's got to rest Archie. And Sam Byram, and to a degree, has got to be watched. So I don't know if you put Shax in there. Maybe you throw Ailing back on and just give him a short leash, like 60 minutes, 70 minutes. I think Kamara comes straight back in for me. And Dan James and Cree. I just did 10 minutes on Cree alone. Cree has to play. He is showing me something where he is. Some basketball commentator used to say, "Mama, there goes that man." He is going to be the guy. Marching leads. Smash the like. Appreciate you. Cheers, everybody. Night night.